Hello student, today we are going to see the pituitary gland and hypothalamus. This pituitary gland and hypothalamus is a major role of the endocrine gland of the body, and they are functionally properly when it vital effects on the brain, skin, energy, mood, reproduction, vision, growth, and etc. So this pituitary gland is a important pea-sized organ. If your pituitary gland does not function properly, it may affect the brain, skin, energy, reproduction, vision, and growth, etc. So that this pituitary gland is an important gland for the human being, and it is also called as the master gland because it tells other glands to release to the hormones. So this can you live without the pituitary gland? The pituitary gland is called a master gland of the endocrine system, and this is because it controls many other hormones glands of the body. And according to the pituitary foundations, the body would not reproduce and wouldn't grow properly, and many other bodily functions just wouldn't function. Another gland is the hypothalamus. This hypothalamus is a region of a forebrain below the thalamus which coordinates both the autonomic nervous system and the activity of the pituitary gland, controlling body temperature, thirst, hunger, and other homeostatic systems. And it involves in sleep and emotional activity. How this hypothalamus defined? It is an area of the brain that produces the hormones that control and the body temperature, hunger, mood, release of the hormones from many glands, especially the pituitary gland. The anatomically structure, when we are going to see this pituitary gland, they are present the pituitary. You can observe this pituitary is a very small, like a beans-like structure which are found in the neck of the regions, and this pituitary gland, when you can see the pea size, and at the base of your brain, it behind the bridge of your nose and directly below your hypothalamus. And actually its location is that the pituitary gland is a base of your brain and directly below the hypothalamus, and it is called as the sella turcica. A bony hollow in the base of the skull underneath the brain and behind the bridge of the nose. And the pituitary gland has two main parts, pituitary gland and posterior pituitary glands. So you can observe this pituitary, sella turcica, optic chiasma, medium eminence, mammillary body, cavernous sinus, and you can see this subdivisions of the pituitary, that is hypophysis. It is a adenohypophysis, the anterior pituitary gland, and this adenohypophysis, it is again divided into three main parts, the pars distalis, pars intermedia, and pars tuberalis. Then the adenohypophysis and neurohypophysis. Adenohypophysis is the anterior pituitary gland, and neurohypophysis is a posterior pituitary gland. It is again divided by two parts, that is pars nervosa and infundibular task. So you can see this adenohypophysis, pars distalis, cells. The cells having acidophils, and acidophils again they are work with the somatotrophin hormones and lactotrophin hormones. Second, basophils it is a two parts, that is gonadotrophins and thyrotropes. Then corticotrophs, it is can't distinguish the corticotrophs because they are alone work together with their pituitary gland. Chromophobes. Then hormones. There are many type of the hormones in the body, and hormones is a play an important role for their chemical substances, and that are act like messenger molecules in the body. After being made in one part of the body, they travel to other parts of the body where they help control how cells and organs do their work. For example, the insulin is a hormone that is made by the beta cells in the pancreas. So this glycoprotein family, it is TSH hormone, thyroid stimulating hormones. Then it grows the body and muscles. Gonadotrophins, the follicle stimulating hormones, FSH. Luteinizing hormones, these luteinizing hormones, LH. They are stimulating and synthesizing the milk of the women's. Pro-opiomelanocortin family hormone, that is ACTH hormones, they are play an important for their functions. Then prohormones, many small hormones, especially peptides hormones are synthesized as a part of a larger peptides, and these peptide hormones is also called as the prohormones. So basically peptide means it is shortly known as the chain of the amino acids, and these amino acids in a peptides are connected to the another sequence by bonds called as the peptide bonds, and typically peptides are distinguished from proteins by their shorter length, although the cut-off number of amino acids for defining a peptide and protein can be arbitrary. The pars intermedia, it is known as the MSH hormone, and this pro-opiomelanocortin family, that is alpha and beta cells. Also in hypothalamus, it involves in regulating the metabolism and appetite hormones. Pars tuberalis, hypothalamus, and this hypothalamo-hypophyseal portal system. It is a superior hypophyseal artery, portal vessels, capillary bed of pars distalis we can observe in the hypothalamus. These hypothalamic releasing hormones, it is a main functioning of the hormones is TRH, CRH, GnRH and GRH, GIH and PIH. So these are the important hypothalamic releasing hormones, that is thyrotropin releasing hormone, corticotropin releasing hormone, gonadotropin releasing hormones, growth hormone releasing hormones, somatostatin hormones, prolactin inhibiting hormones, etc. So what we get the feedback and control of the anterior pituitary hormones, that is adenohypophysis. You can see the long loop and short loop ultra short loop, amplitude and frequency of the hormones you can observe in the control of the anterior pituitary gland. So this hypothalamus, they are worked in the anterior pituitary and hormone 3, and these hormones 1, then hormones 2, they are also work the hypothalamus, target endocrine gland and target tissues. This long loop negative feedback we can observe in a short loop negative feedback. So these pathologies, we can see these hyposecretions or hypersecretions. It is classification when we are going to see the primary pituitary target gland, secondary pituitary target gland, tertiary, that is hypothalamus and pituitary hormones. Then the growth hormones. What is the function of growth hormones? It stimulates the secretion of insulin like growth factors. When the person who caused the diabetes, they require to take the insulin frequently, and this pituitary gland, they are work on the insulin, increase the linear growth, increase the protein synthesis and decrease the protein metabolism, increase the lipid catabolism, decrease the catabolism and uptake and utilization. Then in metabolic control, then somatostatin, GRH. This metabolic control is blood glucose, blood fatty acids, blood amino acids. Then feedback is metabolic control, neural regulation, diurnal rhythms, deep sleep, stress, exercise, etc. So you can see this type of the serum, glucose, lipids, amino acid, diurnal rhythms, sleep, stress, exercise, somatostatin, hypothalamus. They are work on the tissue and liver. Then pathologies, hypersecretions and gigantism. If what will happens in the pituitary gland, if the lack of salt contents intake through their food of the humans, definitely the gigantisms will created in the peoples. So the glucose intolerance, that is a form of diabetes caused by the hyperglycemia and leads to type of 2 diabetes. Then hyposecretions, then dwarfism. The prolactin, it is one of the function of the control and secretions, and the control of the prolactin is the baby suckles nipples, sensory impulses to hypothalamus, dopamine secretion, prolactin, milk production and baby wean. Adrenocorticotropic hormones, ACTH, they are work on chemistry, biochemistry, biosynthesis, function and control of the secretion. Control of ACTH, how it is control the adrenocorticotropic hormones, that is stress and sleep, hypothalamus, anterior pituitary and adrenal cortex.